Hello, world. We've just watched Melodifestivalen 2020. We, because I've got somebody here next to me, we have the infamous Schlager Katja here.
Hello, everyone.
Now, that was 2 hours of unbelievable excitement. Now, I'm sure people at home know, but just in case, let's start with the winner, and then let's go through the entire show, okay? Let's reveal the winner of Melodifestivalen.
Yeah.
Let's say it in the voice of how we feel about it, okay? 3, 2, 1. The Mamas? That's right, it is the Mamas, the opening show from the first heat, went all the way and took the Melodifestivalen victory. Now, me and Katja, we have been together this evening at my place.
Yep.
I've been at Friends Arena for the final before, and yes, I do recommend it if you've never been before, to be in that arena. Have you been, Katja, before?
No, not yet.
I recommend you do it once, even if it's just for a rehearsal.
Right.
Because to be in the Eurovision venue that is just so big is stunning.
Yeah, I can imagine that, and especially, Melfest has a big tradition, and it's very, it's very high profile, and obviously it's definitely something to go and experience at least once.
Yeah, especially when the Eurovision Song Contest is like sometimes 5 or 6 times smaller than Friends Arena.
Yeah.
But for me, the final is always something different. I'm not this fan who has to go and see the final live and be there. Actually, the final is the great opportunity for me to bring other people involved, and the people we had around my place tonight.
They were sort of kind of semi-casuals, let's say.
The semi-casuals. They're the people who want to watch it, but don't watch it.
Yeah, it's this kind of like people who perhaps may be, saying that, maybe Eurovision is not really their thing, but perhaps secretly they may have a playlist with their favorites on Spotify, and they don't want to admit it.
I wouldn't go that far. I think they're the kind of people who... It's cool because the production is cool, especially Melodifestivalen.
Oh, definitely.
And I think that makes it good television.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're here for the music. I think that's fair to say.
Okay, yeah.
Right. But we've had a good show, 2 hours for us. We had people come around beforehand as well. So we had pizza, we had chocolates, somebody brought homemade mead. We had a little kids' disco beforehand, lots of Dolly style.
I am Molly, I am Polly, I am Holly, hello, hi.
Oh, no more, please, for the listeners and for me, okay?
Okay.
Right. Where are we now? Ooh, can you hear that noise?
Doors are closing down.
Well, actually, now, here's a bit of a secret for you. I live in the suburb of Orkala in Stockholm. Had a great party tonight, and I take this line from the very end station on the tunnelbana all the way to the other end station of Kungsgården, because us lucky press people have this lovely green glitter band on our wrist for the official after party tonight.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be travelling all the way on the tunnelbana. It's currently empty. I live at the end station.
Yep.
But it is a Saturday night, people going out of town, so it might get busy in here, but we're going to talk Melodifestivalen the whole way down on this journey.
Oh, yes.
Right.
It's been, let's say I'm still quite shook.
Right, let's go through the leaderboard. Let's take it as we arrive at the first station, Husby here. In fact, how perfect, because we arrive in Husby.
Yeah.
Let's take the leaderboard from the bottom, and Husby's very own Mohombi was bottom of the list. 26 points, 20 from the jury, and 6 from the televote.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about Mohombi being last?
Well, it was kind of expected because his song was neither a hit on the streaming, neither on iTunes. It's kind of, I think Hello was a bigger hit. It was also, it had some rotation in Russia and Eastern Europe, and of course his former fame, with Bumpy Ride and other hits, it's sort of, he didn't deliver a better song than the last year, so hence the result, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's nothing here that's going to be on his playlist for the next 5 years. It's not going to be a song he'd ever tour with.
Nope.
26 points, bottom of the pile. I'm very happy. I'm not happy. Never happy to see anybody last, but this didn't do anything musically for me.
Nah.
I was quite disappointed it went directly to the final. And I have no complaints with that result.
Yeah, me neither. I think the song was very middle of the road. Something that it's something that perhaps could finish, let's say, 16th, 17th in a Eurovision final. Let's say. And
that would be very high. I'd say that'd be very high.
If it was, for example, from Ukraine or Belarus and then had some head start from televoting.
Alright, okay, let's keep going because there's more songs to talk about.
Yeah.
Mendes featuring Álvaro Estrella, Vamos Amigos, 11th place, 40 points.
He improved it on the last time because the last time he was last.
Last time he was last and he got like only 1 or 2 points from the jury as well. So, rounded score there for Mendes, 40 points in total. You know what? Fine. Was never in contention.
Nope.
They added some pyro to this, gave it a bit of a lift. Maybe just that little kick helped it out. Actually followed on from Mahomey in the running order as well. No, it didn't. It was 6th. Hannah Thurm was in the middle.
Yeah.
But, did its place. Fine. Well done, Mendes. Thank you for the show.
Yeah.
Mariette in 10th place. 51 points.
That's her worst result.
That's her worst. 3rd, 4th and 5th for her previous results. Mariette got 42 from the jury and 9 from the televote.
Yikes.
Now, here's a funny thing to discuss right now. Mariette and Mahomey both qualified from the same heat.
Yep.
Heat 3 in Luleå appears, in a sense, not to have delivered there.
It's safe to call it the worst heat this year, and according to quite many people in the press and in the different sort of fan blogosphere, perhaps one of the worst heats ever. So yeah,
I feel all of these three, they're all names that are famous from Melodifestivalen, but they're not, like, they've been in this final because they've qualified because the entertainment value is in a loyalty to the artist.
Yeah.
It's not enough in the final when you've got the whole country watching.
Yeah, because I think in the final comparing to in the semi, I think the amount of voters it's doubled at least. So you may be like the best of the mediocre ones, but then when the final kicks in, you're basically the mediocre one of the very good ones. So yeah.
Let's keep rocking and rolling. Victor Cronin, 9th place, 57 points. Last, 19 points to the jury, 38 to the televote. Kept him up.
Yeah.
Radio song.
Yeah, it's gonna storm the sequel, obviously.
Very much so.
Yeah.
If Storm was in Melodifestivalen, I can imagine that kind of score for it. It was I didn't do my research here, but Storm didn't really hit with juries or televotes last year in Eurovision Song Contest, but it's similar kind of scoring there. Got a few points here and there.
Yeah.
38 would suggest it's probably picked up points from a few different groups in the lower end, 3s and 4s here. We'll talk about the age gaps in particular, I'm sure, as we go up this leaderboard, but Victor lost out in the Battle of the Boys. I said before it's a Battle of the Boys between Victor and Robin. Robin Bengtsson was in 8th place on 63 points. Robin got 35 from the jury, 28 from the televote.
I had like a flash like a week or two ago that he might pull an upset just like 2017, but I guess his song was a bit too middle of the road to really sort of to do that, I guess.
It certainly was. There was no edge to it as there was a few years ago for I Can't Go On. Robin Bengtsson here, I'm going to put him in that same group as all the others we've had. He got here because he's popular. And that seems to be about it.
Yeah.
There's nothing here musically that's going to be notable in the years to come.
Yeah.
Sorry to say. Gosh, we're quite frustrated, aren't we, right now?
I'm still shook. It still hasn't sank in, sort of.
I'm fine with it.
I'm fine as well, but it's still, okay, let's see. 7th place, we have Felix Sandman. Yeah. So he got how many jury points?
Felix, 53 jury points, was well in the mix.
Yeah.
Only 14 on a televote. Now that is shocking for somebody with 500,000 Instagram followers. Popular. The song has been struggling, but has been coming on the streams this week, getting more rotation. Very low televote Felix Amanda.
He has been hanging out with Benjamin Ingrosso, and it shows, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
I mean, the whole with 21 points Sweden kind of scenario. Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, there's definitely a... And actually, I was thinking this week that it does feel like this is almost a modern Benjamin Ingrosso song. Like, I could the routine and the slickness feels exactly like it did with Dance You Off.
I think it's sort of it could be passed off by Benjamin Ingrosso. It wouldn't surprise me. Sort of it was like perhaps him recording for his new album, and then like could be that Felix got it afterwards. Who knows?
Into the top half.
Yeah.
Paul Ray, Talking in My Sleep.
Yeah.
68 points, one more than Felix. 35 jury, 33 televote. Came from Anna Kwanson.
Yeah.
Second in the running order. The only ballad in the mix. Did alright.
Yeah.
I guess if you've got 12 songs and you've got the only one that is a ballad, there may be people who will just pick up and vote for that.
Yeah, I guess it's I think he's been gaining quite some streams and improving his chart positions over the past couple of days. So I guess he's definitely. I guess he definitely did leave some impression, and I think that this could be a bit of his proper breakthrough, because I guess he will be getting lots of gigs from now. I guess there will be summer TV appearances, and yeah, good for him, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. But remember, you can win Melodifestivalen in so many different ways than just going to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Yeah.
There's so much more that you can do with this competition.
Obviously.
And now we're in the top 5. Now, goodness me, I'm very happy with saying this name in the top 5 of Melodifestivalen. Anis Don Demina. Well done, my boy here. 40 points of the jury for a rap song, and then 42 for the televote.
Yeah.
Didn't see it being as close as that. I could see. I was there in the dress rehearsal today. This stormed the dress rehearsal today.
Yeah.
There's been few times when I've been in the Eurovision venue and I've seen a crowd go as ballistic as they did for this. Absolutely fantastic number. Creative, energetic, and people know I'm a fan of this. I've said it before. I didn't see it ever finishing as high as that. I didn't see it getting as much jury love.
Me neither. I thought he would be last. I thought he would be like single figures, to be honest, because it's the song is in Swedish, and the juries, they don't tend to rate the songs in Swedish that high.
They don't. There's a problem here, the juries, especially in Melodifestivalen, because you have the question, only one question. There's no vocal capacity. There's no, how original the composition of the song is. The one question from SVT is, what is the chance of this song to do well in the Eurovision Song Contest? And that's a biased question, especially against those songs that come from the Swedish language market, because
exactly
it can put off lots of people from thinking they have a chance. And it got lots of points.
Yeah, good.
Good, really good. That's the summer hit in Sweden.
Maybe this could encourage more people to send songs in Swedish. Perhaps we could have more material, because this year he also had the whole niche just for the Swedish language in the final, because he was the sole song in Swedish.
Well, the issue you have is that lots of these pop stars, Johanna Firms will come into her next, Robin Bengtsson, they've made English language their niche as well, and there is a resurgence of people like Danny Saucedo who are singing in Swedish, Molly Sandén as well.
Baron.
There's a big list.
Yeah.
But it's never for Melodifestivalen.
Yeah, and that's kind of sad because I think Swedish is a beautiful language, and I think it would be interesting to perhaps in the future to have a song in Swedish in Eurovision.
Sweden is the only country since the language rule was dropped in 1998 to have never sung in their language in the Eurovision Song Contest.
Hashtag scandal.
No scandal there. Nothing of controversy in that. That's just the way it's been. But we've got into a cycle now that needs to be broken.
Indeed.
Because that show there had 12 fine functioning songs of different varieties of pop.
Yeah.
And this may benefit the industry, this may benefit Spotify, but it will not benefit the diversity of this competition to bring in all of those who don't just fit into pop. We've spoken before in the podcast over this journey, Katja, and I've written about this, about Melodifestivalen has just become slightly too much of a kids' show.
Indeed, unfortunately.
And that's where the market is, and that's the correct movement to make. But if you do that too much, what kind of artists want to come perform in it? Those who want to perform to the kids? Or, when you're looking for diversity, you want rock songs, you want guitars on stage, you want to have diversity in your music. Those artists that come in the semi-finals, they aren't good enough, and they don't qualify. Then you end up in this position once again.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Speaking of pop music, Hannah Firm.
I'm kind of... She finished fourth.
She finished fourth, 94 points.
Yeah.
Hannah got 25 for the jury and 69 with the televote.
Yeah, obvious. I mean, the televote is obvious because she has lots of Instagram followers. Lots of her fans are basically kids, teenagers, young adults. So they would obviously vote for her. She's a familiar name from Idol. She was here last year.
I'm surprised that it's been so high as that though, because for me with Hannah, I helped out with OG Sweden, Melodifestivalen, in doing the poll on 3 different stations.
Yeah.
And when people went to vote for Hannah, it was almost exclusively big groups of young girls. By young girls, I mean 7-8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Running up to me going, Hannah, 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 Hannah. And then maybe their mum or their dad would say Hannah as well. And that was almost exclusively it. So to get 69 points in this age-based system where you have to get scores from all the different groups. There's only one group for those young children. That shows Hannah's more popular than I realised.
I think she's very much like a girl next door. She has very sort of friendly image. She's very, something that she's very someone that lots of kids could relate to. So yeah, I guess that's it. But I'm not too keen on the song, to be honest.
Great hooky song, just so hard to perform that. And I don't think... Now, actually, am I correct in thinking that Hannah, Anna, and Dotter all had the same team for the staging?
Not Dotter.
Not Dotter, okay, but Anna, yes?
Yes.
Now, okay, Anna and Hannah. Let's make sure you can hear the difference there. Hannah Firm, the staging concept, didn't really have many ideas. Whereas Anna Bergendahls did. This song just didn't have any... had lots of clever hooks, just nothing you could put together to make a good stage show.
It was more of a radio and Spotify song than a stage song, so...
And that's one way to play this game?
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, Anna Bergendahl finished third. 107 points, great score. 46 of the jury, very good score. 61 of the televote. 2 very good scores, nothing outstanding. A third place. I don't know what to say about it. What I will say, it felt great at the end of the show.
Yep.
Definitely had momentum going into it. Anna Bergendahl's style of music can alienate. At one point, Anna Bergendahl was right up there with the jury points, and then I'm going to say there was one of the countries. Might have been Australia, might have been France. Was it France?
France.
Just gave Anna a 0.
Yeah.
And Anna was getting loads of top scores before that. This is a different kind of music. This People have been trying to work out a genre for this. Now, what kind of is it country influenced?
Schlager country, I guess.
It's just Schlager.
Basically.
It's just Schlager. They've got some guitars in the mix, but this is just a pure modern day version of a Schlager song. Basically. Especially with Anna Bergendahl and the comeback and the story. That's what it is. And it did really well, because it's a really well crafted song.
Yeah.
But the genre alienates. I suspect that televote score, just like last year's Anna Bergendahl song, would have had a couple of really low ones and a few 12s. As we saw, the juries had some very high ones. Got a 12 from Israel, the first jury, and then a 0. It alienates. This voting system doesn't allow for alienation to take place.
Indeed.
Melodifestivalen is a show for all of Sweden, and as a show for all of Sweden, you want to try and get a winner that unites the country, and the voting system leads into making it happen. Songs that only work in certain groups, like Anna Bergendahl, like Anis Don Demina, they're limited to these kind of positions. And both of those are creative songs, daring to be different.
Yeah.
I like my Eurovision to dare to be different.
Yeah, me too. Sort of Anna Bergendahl was my personal favorite, and I really loved her performance. It was really like the whole redemption story was really cute, and I wished she would have won. She was the only one that I voted for today, because she really delivered, and it was really well done. But third place is nothing to be ashamed of, and I guess she won't have this burden to go to Eurovision and to perhaps try to improve this. Something that happened 10 years ago. We can leave this for some other time, I guess.
The top two.
Yeah.
Dotter and the Mamas.
Yep.
Here's how it panned out. The jury scored, 8 international juries had Dotter on 65 points.
As the Mamas.
And the Mamas on 65 points.
Indeed.
Dotter was in the lead based on countback. We'll need to check exactly what it was. It was number of points in total, a number of 12s.
Yeah.
But Dotter was top of the leaderboard with the Mamas second.
And it's worth noticing also that Dotter was an overwhelming bookies favorite, and a favorite for both of the Eurovision fandom, both of the so many different groups. They were basically hashtags for example, hashtag Dotterdam was created. People were already having visions of her winning Eurovision. It was like there was no other way than except for Dotter or maybe Anna Bergendahl to win tonight. So she was the favorite.
Well, and certainly even during the show, that was the expectation, at least certainly in the room we were in.
Yeah.
When you saw the jury results, went, Mamas. Now the Mamas, move, big pop gospel sound. You can see how beautiful all them sing. We think, the jury's like that kind of stuff. Great, that's logical sense. Dotter's got the gimmick with the huge light effect. Dotter's got the one that's streaming highest. Dotter's the televote.
Yeah.
That's what it appeared to be. So how it worked, they changed the voting system to be just like in Tel Aviv. So that meant we went up in the jury order. So we had Anna Bergendahl was sitting there in third, and it was Dotters or the Mamas. So we get to the Mamas first.
Yeah.
And they announced how many points the Mamas had in televote. The Mamas got 72 points from the televote. And then we were waiting for how many points Dotter has got.
I swear to God, I thought she would landslide it. I was sure that they would say like 80 or 90 or even more than 100. That perhaps she would have the same kind of the same score as John Lundvik last year.
The Mamas got how many points?
72.
And the Dotter got
71.
1 point of televote difference between the two. This is unbelievably close. And remember this is so... It's just I'm more in shock with that than I am with the Mamas winning.
I'm shocked that it was such a small margin, to be honest, because it was like I was kind of, because considering what a big favorite daughter was, I was sort of kind of getting mentally ready for her to win, because sort of, in the previous years, whoever was a favorite used to win. So yeah, like whatever. The song wasn't my cup of tea. Yeah, okay, screw it. Let's just. And then they announced the points, and it was like, oh my god, like 1 point. It's like in 1987 when Lotta Engberg and Fira Bogo and Coca-Cola won, and Arja Saijonmaa and Högt över havet finished second with 1 point. The 1 point margin. I'm shook.
I've got a few theories here.
Yeah.
Now, the Mamas.
Yeah.
Is that a song that's liked more by older people or younger people?
Older.
Dotter. Older people, younger people.
Younger.
Are there more younger people voting or more older people voting?
I guess it depends, but I would say kind of both. But I
would be more certain there's more younger people voting in Melodifestivalen than older people, especially in the app-based system. Yet the older voice is disproportionately higher than the number of votes. I would say half the points from the public are basically for people over the age of 45.
Yeah.
And there's no other national final we have anywhere in the world where I can say that.
Yeah.
Because of the way the points distributed, rather than the votes being distributed, I'm quite confident looking at the 1 point difference there to say Dotter got more votes than the Mamas.
Yep.
But the Mamas scored more because they probably got more points from the older blocks.
And I guess when Dotter fans find out about this on social media, it's going to be quite a scandal.
There's a lot of fans for Dotter on there. They've been bigging it up since Heat 2. It's a great number. The light effect was superb today. I'm actually wanting to ask, because what I'm really curious about is that light show from Dotter. And I've got a man next to me who I know very well, who happens to be in the same train as me, who was actually in the arena in France this evening. This is my old friend from OG Ukraine. This is Valentin here. Hello, Valentin.
Hi, everyone.
Dotter in the arena. Did that show? Was it a spectacle that blew you away in there?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I need to say that both of like first and second places made great show, both of them, but Dotter was something unique because, for instance, last year we already heard Mamas and almost pretty the same style, but on like back vocals. But Dotter made the best songs this selection, in my opinion, and the show was really great. And it can work in Eurovision for like winning coin. With Mamas, in the same time, it's probably top 10, but not a winning coin.
The Mamas have a song which I'm going to have some theories here. They came in with Move, opened Melodifestivalen, Heat 1, first song. It was the song, it felt like it was almost written to open Melodifestivalen.
Yeah.
Catchy hooks, little dance bit in the post-chorus, great vocals, welcome, this is Melodifestivalen, come and enjoy the show.
Also because it was a bit of a like symbolic, because last year the finishing song of the whole lineup was John Lundvik with Too Late for Love. So this year, like, let's sort of wrap up 2019 and let's start the whole new year with sort of the act that helped John Lundvik win. So we start off with the Mamas. So yeah, here we are.
Here we are indeed.
Yeah.
And the running order, it's like broken right now. All theory, like all fan theories about running order number is.
All fan theories make complete sense. My suspicion right now, we won't see the results for a while, but the Mamas seem to have a popularity beyond the fan base.
Yeah.
This is a song that doesn't work for any of us. This is, doesn't want to say it's safe, but this is the kind of number that people who don't watch this competition usually like to have and go, oh, they look good, they look like great singers, they sound like great singers, I understand this song musically, I like that. There's a simplicity to this that people like. If I go to my workplace, this is the number one song in the staff room. This is what everyday people like.
Yeah.
They're not looking for characters. They're not looking at Melodifestivalen for creative songwriting. They're looking for just a nice, welcoming party song to get into. Now, how much of this is Swedish taste? How much of this has been conditioned from, you know, how pop-heavy Melodifestivalen has been in the last 10 years, and this is the outcome you get? There's a lots of different things going on here. The Mamas took this, you know, in a photo finish.
Yeah, basically.
And I think I have no issue in that. People have been saying, maybe in one of them, it's not a great year for Melodifestivalen. It's unlikely that any of these songs have been a Eurovision favourite. And when it's that case, usually the song that is safe and works is the one that takes it.
Also, I'm just reading here. The creative team of Sein Odenstal and Dennis Bruckner, who staged the last three winners. So Robin Bengtsson, Benjamin Ingrosso, and John Lundvik were staging four finalists this year. Robin Bengtsson, Anna Bergendahl, Hannah Firm, and the Mamas. So
there's some continuity in it as well. Then there we go. Congratulations, you guys.
Yeah.
You know, let's finish this podcast up here.
Yeah.
Valentina, got you first. The Mamas going to the Eurovision Song Contest now.
Yeah, it's a great song. It's for sure top 10, maybe top 5 from Sweden as usual. But I'm not expecting something really great. Just really good Eurovision song. It's for me.
I like it. I'm not sure of the result, but I guess with some luck it could be big, top 5, maybe even top 3. You never know.
For me, looking at the results right now, looking at how close it was, the jury's televotes, I come back to how I always feel at Melodifestivalen. It's too much looking for the kind of music that works. It's not looking enough for the kind of music that challenges.
Yeah.
Arcade, Toy, Amor Pelas Dois.
1944.
And you know what? Heroes was safe pop. Pushed to its complete limits. With a unique stage show. You know, doing the genre as far as you possibly can. But everything after that has been so crazy and unique. Katja.
Yeah.
Now, you're one of the... I love watching the contest of you. And you're one of the people who's also a great commentator. How can people find your comments?
Follow me on Twitter on at SchlagerKatie, and you will see all sorts of juicy stuff and lots of love for Eastern European pop and lots of love for Swedish Schlager and other sort of very niche genres. So join me there.
Thank you. I can't believe we actually got through all of that, Katja, without mentioning Cicciolina. So well done for holding back on that tonight.
Justice for Cicciolina.
Okay, I'll finish up to here. Thanks for being on this incredible 6-week journey of Melodifestivalen. You know what? I've got nothing more profound to say other than let's just go to Rotterdam and boogie and have a good time.
And move mountains.
The ESC Insight podcast from Melodifestivalen was hosted and written by Ben Robertson, www.escinsight.com.